Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1997 Lotus Elise GT1. One of my personal favourite British cars of all time. I love the Elise GT1. It's just a crazy concept. Here's an idea for our racing car. Let's just stretch the Elise, stick a V8 in it and send it out. And they did. And it didn't go well. This car sort of got lost for a while in games. It was in GT2 and then basically nothing else. And then Forza all of a sudden came along and shone a giant spotlight on this car. It became one of the best cars in its class in that game, and everyone moaned it was OP. But I loved it because finally the Elise GT1 getting its time in the sun. So I'm hoping we can continue to beam that ray of sunshine onto it as it goes around our course. Admittedly, I'm not expecting this to be massively fast. Mid-engine rear drive, 622 horsepower, 803 kilos. Good stats, but they do sort of scream a little bit of uncontrollability, but we'll find out. We're doing pretty well with the uncontrollable British cars at the moment, so here's hoping this one goes well. Anyways, this car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM Edition, so time of 27.223. The Elise GT1 is not beating that. Statistically, I suppose this wouldn't be that far off, but yeah, it's just not going to quite have the controllability, I feel. It's only under 30 club straight away though, so I'm going to start saying about what I think they should be aiming for. And I was going to say Lister Storm. I think maybe the Storm is a bit unoptimistic for this. We'll see. Lister Storm currently sits with 29.5, and that car was, again, sort of a GT rival to this car, but also not very quick. 29.480, so it's quicker than that. Can it go any quicker? I mean, beyond that, we get Vector, the WH twin turbo. That set a time of like a 29.0. Oof. I think that's our quickest, or one of our quickest mid-engine cars. I don't think this is going to be like a Spas F1 or XJR15. XJR15 is 28.584. I think that's going to still rule the roost on vaguely normal mid-engine cars. Because technically, I suppose the XJR15's got a bit of an advantage in both it is and is not a race car, but then again this has the, oh god, the racing mod. So the problem with this, it has the Toyota GT1's problem, which to be fair makes sense. So the GT1 just was uncontrollable over the bumps. It really does not like going onto the grass, which is 100% understandable given the sort of car it is. But you get cars like the R390 and the XJR15 that just sort of eat the bumps. This seemingly doesn't want to do that. There's also a little bit of turbo lag out the corners, 28.979. That could definitely be quicker, but it's the gear ratios are very slightly too short or too long. I'll show you what I mean. If you're just changing into a little bit of a lull spot there. I'd like it to change up at about 7,000 RPM. I think it'd be a lot better for it. I mean, it hasn't done too badly. It definitely has not done too badly at all. But, yeah, there's just a bit of a lull. You can sort of see it there. For when the turbos kick in. About 6,000 RPM, so like properly kick in. So yeah, a bit of a shame on the old turbo lag there. That was a pretty decent lap, but it just doesn't quite annoying. It looks all over the place. I think I would suggest there is probably 0.2 in there, but it'd be a tall task to get 0.2 out of it. It's just a little bit limited. It's not quite, I suppose, like the real car. It's just not quite there. It's not quite finished, almost. You know, you want a little bit more power. You want it to be a little bit nicer over the bumps. You want a little bit more downforce, because it doesn't actually feel like it's generating a lot of turning grip either. Bit of a shame. I mean, I'm not surprised, and I think it actually did quite well considering, but I'd have liked a little bit more. Anyways, that is it for this car. It is going to go into 28.979. It's going to put it into 44th place. Goes in between the NSX Mugen GT500 and the Toyota Chaser. It is quicker than the R34 Skyline, quicker than the Vector W8 Twin Turbo, quicker than a bunch of Skylines, NSXR LM2, lose out slightly to the Toyota GT1 race car, which is probably the most comparable thing to it around here. It loses out to cars like that, and the CRX Del Sol, and the Espace F1. All sort of similar cars. I mean, it's quicker than TVR Tuscan as well, so that's definitely worth mentioning, because the Tuscan was quick. But yeah, there's just little areas with this car where it's just not quite there, which is really unfortunate. So yeah. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.
Dreams are going. How lonely you been? Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father with love.